Welcome to your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for everybody. Well, no. Let me take that back. It's not for everybody. It is for anybody. The way that it works is simply this. It provides a message that channels the daily energies. And there is going to be something that pulls you toward it. Like taking a right instead of a left because you knew you had to, or driving down to the beach just because you were called there, or something like that. And it comes to you at just the right time. And there is something in your heart, on your mind, that you need a little bit of help with. And this message will take care of at least some of it. At least some of it. Maybe not all of it. And maybe this is the only message you'll ever see on this channel. But it was definitely for you at the right time when you see it. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for logging on, and thank you so much for having faith in yourself enough to connect with what you may need to understand in order to see or know, realize, contextualize, or consciously have a grip on what's going on with your life. So welcome. Anyone. This is not zodiac sign specific. If you're looking for zodiac sign specific messages, please check out Born Without Boundaries Tarot. That is my premier channel, and I do 12 videos every single week. I do 12 videos, and those 12 videos are zodiac sign specific. So I hope you guys can go and log on over there and enjoy those videos. I just uploaded Cancer, Virgo, and Leo, and boy, were they disruptors. They were disruptors. And I'm really, really glad for the disruption. I am so, so grateful for it. And we're going to talk a little bit about it too. What's up, Sharon? Please remember, though, to like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you can participate in the live chat, because I will go live every Monday through Friday, but not at a specific time. Over on Born Without Boundaries, the videos are 100% like clockwork. They're going to be uploaded at the same time. Over here, not so much. I come on when I can. And ultimately, what does that mean? I come on when I can, and ultimately that means that I don't always come on at the same time. So if you want to participate in the live chat, you really do have to be sure that you ring that notification bell and hit all notifications. So all notifications, so that you'll know when I come live. What's up, guys? What's up? Happy, happy, happy Friday. What's up, Sharon? What's up? What's up, Sheila? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Thor? Hi, Lala. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Bobby? What's up, Brian? What's up, everybody? So there was quite a bit of disruption over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I have gotten a lot of backlash from I've gotten a lot of backlash, guys, from my videos, and I have Virgo's views are really low down. Leo's not so much. Leo's doing good. Cancer's low down. This is a game changer. People are not liking these videos, and you know what? That has shown me as somebody who understands spirituality, to the point of being able to put myself out there, that people are really, really uncomfortable with their shadow, because there was a lot of need for shadow work that was going on. I channel energy. I'm not telling you what I feel. I'm not telling you my version of my truth. I share very little of my personal life with people, because I try to keep it focused. I'm not on here to be a reality show star. I don't give a shit about that. I'm very careful to keep it as memes, astrology, tarot focused. I am channeling an energy, and I'm getting a lot of backlash with people who don't like the energy. And I'll tell you why. You don't like the energy because you don't like to look at yourself. But if you can't look at yourself and you can't see that darkness within, then you are not a whole person. And I'm always very, very disappointed with people who will shove at me, I keep it positive. I keep it positive. Well, then you keep it unbalanced and unhealthy, because none of us are just positive. We are positive and negative, to the point where I have stopped saying things or using expressions like positive, and I used balanced. I use balance. I don't use positive, because I know that balance is really the key to us being healthy. It's the balance between that positive and the negative. And when your shadow side shows up and you get pissed at it and you get angry at it and you're like, I haven't looked at you for 6 months. I'm already through this. I'm already over it. Then why is it showing up in a video that you were drawn to look at? I'm a channeler of energy. So the thing about it is, I did, as a reader, try to help people and say, you're only 10 minutes through. You're only 10 minutes through. And if you stop here, you get nothing out of it. Oh, I feel threatened. I feel like you were threatening me. I feel like this was a sales pitch. It was me coming in to say in the middle of the reading, it is going to turn. It is going to get to a point. It is going to tell you the lesson and what you can get out of this. But if you don't struggle through it, you'll never get there. And unfortunately, what I ended up seeing was a lot of people like, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to do it. I don't have to deal with it. But now I know. Now I know that listen, I am not here. I do list my videos under entertainment because I really don't know what else to list them under. I guess I could list them under blog. But yeah, I have to say, I'm really not here to be your dancing monkey. Like, what do you think I'm here for? What do you think this work is about? Do you think I'm here to be your dancing monkey? Do you think I'm here to tell you what you want to hear? Do you think I'm here to give you the experience that's easy for you? Or do you think I'm here to put in your face what I need to put in your face to help you be the best of everything that you can fucking be? And you will not ever be that if you cannot sit through the hard lessons, the stuff that frustrates you. Especially when a reader comes on and says, don't just watch to this point. Keep going. Keep going. If this really matters to you, if this spiritual journey really matters to you, keep going. No, I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it. Okay. All right. True that. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say except what's up. Hi, Claire. Well, thank you, Claire. I appreciate that. I know. And the truth is this, Claire, I am not in any way, shape, or form helpful. You are helpful. You help you. You help you. I always record every video with the belief in the people that are watching. The belief that you can handle this shit. I'm not talking to children. I ain't here for children. That's why I have my shit marked as for children. It's not for children. It's for fucking adults. So I feel like, if I'm talking to adults, you guys can do it. You guys can handle the struggle. You guys can do it. You guys will do it. I read the charts. I channel the energy. If I didn't know that this is what you needed to hear, listen, okay. Listen, I'm a content creator. I make my money through this. I would rather get 10,000 views in 5 hours than just 1,400 because everybody's clicking off. Okay. If I were just here for me, I would tell you what you wanted to hear every fucking time because it would just be about getting your fucking views and getting your fucking money. I am a digital marketer. I have done this corporate. I have just gotten off studying the YouTube algorithm. I have worked with an SEO specialist that legitimately specializes in the YouTube algorithm. If I wanted to just manipulate the algorithm, I would know how to make the fucking content that I need to make to manipulate your ass to get you to keep watching me as long as I need you to fucking watch me. I am making spiritual messages. I am channeling energy to help bring catharsis to shit that you are suffering from, that you are going through. And the point of the retrogrades is to look at that shit, to see it. And if seeing it in you means being able to watch it in me and being able to be uncomfortable with what you're not, be able to become comfortable with what you're uncomfortable with, well, then that's my fucking job here. I mean, there are some tarot card readers on here that are fucking like, listen, whatever they want to do. I don't care. It just boggles my mind that it just boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. But I will not in any way, shape, or form stop doing what I do best. I honestly had so much faith in my audience. I honestly had so much faith. I thought these would go through the roof. I really did. I thought they would go through the roof, but so many of the audience on Born Without Boundaries is just really scared of seeing the ugly. And if you think it's scary to watch, think how scary it is to channel. But if I'm there doing it, then why the hell aren't you there learning from it? I don't know. But that is your choice. That will be you. And I understand. I understand maybe you're just not ready for it. And that's okay. That's okay. This will be this week's work. And then I don't know what the message next week will be, but I will be there channeling it honestly. I will be there channeling it honestly once again for you, which is what I do every single week. So let's see, right? Let's see. Yeah, I know. I mean, people have this weird understanding of positive and negative. So thank you, sunshine. Yeah, I mean, so let's go through what positive is. Positive is a charge. It's a charge. It's positive, which means you're adding. And negative is a charge. It means you're subtracting, you're taking something away. That's all it means. Right? We've convoluted this word positive to mean good because we're very, very greedy. We like to get. We like people to just give us, consume. So positive is good because it's pleasure and it makes us feel pleasure. And I talked about this with you guys yesterday. Pleasure, and no, it was I think in the Leo video, or maybe the Virgo video. Yeah, Virgo's very, 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 very unbalanced energy coming from the people who watch the Virgo videos. They're just, unless you're telling them everything that they want to hear, and believe me, I could lie. I know what people want to hear. I'm psychic. You don't think I know what you want to hear? Of course I know what you want to hear, but that's not what I'm supposed to be here for. Right? I'm supposed to be here to tell you what you need to hear, right? And holy shit, people, they just will not. You cannot. I have learned this, and I'm really getting disappointed, and maybe I just have to work on myself a little bit and clean out my space. You just cannot be honest with a Virgo. They are blunt as fuck with everybody, but they don't seem to like it when you're blunt as fuck with them. And I guess what I'm going to just do is focus on the people who really, really get my messages and really, really understand them, whatever sign they are. I'm going to talk to you openly. I'm going to talk to you honestly. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to talk to you like you're an adult. I'm not going to coddle you like you're a child. And that means I am always going to believe in your strength and your ability to power through even the difficult stuff. I know that if I was talking to children, I would have to filter some of that difficult stuff. Because as an adult, it's my job to filter difficult stuff. It's really my job, because a child can't ingest all that. But when I'm talking to other adults, I have confidence in your power to be able to be in it with me. And what I'm seeing is that's just not the case. And I have to kind of I think I just have to just cleanse a little bit. And think about, geez, who am I talking to? Who's on the other side of the camera? But once again, I can't um um alter my message for that either. You know, I've been doing so much research lately on YouTube, and so much of what it is just about, manipulating the algorithm. And to a certain extent, as a professional, I understand that and I understand the requirement, but I can't go to the extent of delivering messages that are just so catered to that. They're not the messages required. I mean, it does. It breaks my heart at a simple point, and it's just like, wow, am I ever gonna get any? I have, like, I'm human, just like you guys. Am I ever gonna get anywhere? Is it all gonna be ever gonna be able to just have an open conversation with somebody without getting such horrible backlash? But I think I will. I think I will, and I don't have an option. I'm just gonna be me, like, right? That's got to be what it is. What's up, Lisa? Our own truth hurts us, which is why we live in a hurt world. I agree, Lisa. And it's like we don't have to suffer from our hurt. It's like we don't have to double down on our hurt. Right? It's like, yeah, if we're angry and we're pissed and we're mad and we're aggressive and we're vengeful and we're resentful, that's part of us. That's part of the human experience. To cut that off from yourself to the point where you can't even look at it and learn from it, which is really what the end part of the reading was about. And then the extended reading, right? It's like, if you can't learn from it, then I don't really know what. And it's almost like the question is, well, as a channeler, aren't I supposed to put it into, compartmentalize it all for you and make it easy for you to digest? No, that's being a YouTube creator, right? As a spiritualist, if I know that the what you need right now is the struggle, and what you need right now is the suffering, and what you need right now is to accept your resentment, is to accept that party that just wants to give up and say, fuck it. If I know that, then that's what I have to be there with you through, and ultimately, okay, all I can think of is this. It will come to people. They will understand it. And maybe 6 months from now, maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 years from now, they will be like, shit, I know at the very least not to hate myself when I get jealous. I know at the very least not to hate myself or resent myself when I'm resentful of somebody else. Sometimes I just have to stand in my power and say, this is what I have to feel right now. And you do. And then you let it go. And it doesn't control you. I mean, yeah, that's kind of it. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much. And not all answers are the answers that you want to hear. Yeah, I know. And I thought I was empowering people to, like, love you too. I thought I was empowering people to be able to have those feelings inside themselves. And so many people were like, yeah, I went through this 6 months ago. I don't need to do this right now. Oh, I had to sage because you're bringing such negativity. It's like, actually, I'm not bringing you negativity. I'm bringing you positivity because I am adding emotions to you. And whenever there's an addition, that's a positive. Negative would be I'm taking them all away from you, right? I'm disempowering you, right? I'm taking it all away from you. I'm coddling you like you're a child. I'm saying I'll do it all for you because you can't handle it. And I believe that you can handle it. I believe in your strength. I believe in all your strengths. I believe in the power of tomorrow. I believe in possibilities. I believe in taking your whole self with you, not just your half self. That's what I believe in. I believe in that's what makes you really powerful. And that has to do with my Libra rising. She always wants to balance shit out. Always. I signed up right before my sign. I basically, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. I'm glad you caught me too. I'm glad you caught me too. So let me go to the charts for you guys. Where are we? We are Friday. And I am definitely a little bit tired. That's absolutely true. But I think it was because I was tired that it was able to come out. And God bless it. God bless it. Let me send it down his way. So we have Pluto. Okay, let me tell you something. We have Pluto trine the sun. And I think that that's what I was talking about, especially in the Leo reading. Embracing our id, embracing our beast, embracing our shadow, right? Harmonizing it out with the light and realizing that the only reason why you know you have any light at all is because there's a shadow to be cast. Right? This is how we know we're real. This is how we know we're three-dimensional, right? This is how. I mean, there are no shadows in the dreamland, right? And there doesn't have to be. There are phantasms, but there are not shadows. Why? Because the dreamland, Neptunian world, we'll call it, um, um, it's not the real. It's not the real, right? We talked about this yesterday, I think. Reality is defined by our five senses, our quantifiable five senses and three dimensions. Like, yeah, that's what reality is. Reality isn't the only truth, and reality isn't the only thing that exists, but that is the confines of reality. So when we go into the Pluto space, when we go into the Neptunian space, when we go into the 12th house, when we sink into the 8th house, we start to realize different aspects of our truth, and our existence in these different realms, not just in the realms of the three-dimensional. And I think the three-dimensional is beautiful, and I think the three-dimensional is light, and it's gorgeous. And I also know that we are we are lucky to have this. We are absolutely lucky to have this. But we have all those other things too. And what are we supposed to do? Ignore them? Nope. So that is the Pluto trine the sun. I love that energy. We also have Saturn trine Mars. I love that energy. That is like getting shit done. We'll figure it out. We're not afraid of the hard work. We love the hard work. There's solutions for the hard work, right? But guess what? There's also the hard work. It's like, there's a good example. Some people just want the cheerleading. We get to the hard work. We do the hard work. Yay! Woo! Right? But what about the hard work? Like, you can't be a cheerleader with your short skirt on and the pom-poms in your hair without 5 hours a day of gymnastic training, which busts your ass and hurts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Even to be a cheerleader, you got to go through a lot of shit. You do. Where are we? We have Venus and we have Neptune also trine, very harmonious. This is changes to ourselves, changes to our value systems, changes to our love life. And then we have Venus sextile to the South Node, which is figuring out how to make what we're learning, what we're good at, and what we've learned work for us, right? And push us into the future and make us not afraid to face the North Node, which she's also trying to. It's interesting how the only way we can face the things that make us uncomfortable is through the power and the strength of what we already know. That's beautiful. And then we have the sun opposite Neptune, which is going to really cloud us, really sort of distort what it is that we are and who we are. And that's the challenge that we need to face right now, that distortion. The distortion. And a little bit of feeling drained. Yeah, you'll feel tired. You could feel more tired during this. It'll kind of make it more challenging, which could make the trine to Pluto a little bit more challenging, but it is a trine. So yeah, being compromised by all those other darker parts of ourselves is really kind of like, all right, guys, sink into it. Like let it happen. Let yourself feel. I'll open up to you a little bit. One of the hardest times in my life when I really had to face my shadow was as a young single mother. And those times when I just couldn't take it anymore and just wanted to leave and just wanted to walk away. And God, if I couldn't face that, if I couldn't face her and that level of ugly, I probably would have walked away. But because I could face her, I didn't. And that's how we really get stronger. I remember listening to Eminem's album. What the fuck was it? I don't know the name of the album, but it was one of his earlier albums. And I remember listening to his raw, unadulterated id, shouting and screaming and rapping and rhyming through that stereo that I was listening to it on. And I remember thinking how brave he was to face it, as well as then having to face the criticism of him sharing his legitimately, whether he calls it this or not, it was him doing shadow work. And and then on top of it, having to be criticized because now people define him as that. And I'm like, no, he is the person who had the strength and the courage to stare that in the eye and admit to it. And thank God he had music. I remember thinking, thank God he had music to be able to find a catharsis with that energy and be able to find a way to put it into something that made sense, into order and structure, which is what music is, and be able to share that. And I think that's why he had such an impact on so many people, is like, because they have those crazy sides to them too. They have those feelings too. They don't really act on it. It wasn't permission to let your demons out. It was permission to not hate yourself and not give up on yourself, even though you have those demons. And I know that if I was talking like this to Scorpios, they would be like on it. But Scorpios aren't the only ones that are obligated to do this work. Cancer, you have to do it too. Virgo, you have to do it too. Leo, you have to do it too. We all have to do it. And my beautiful, lovely Scorpios, y'all don't have to buy a condo there. Every once in a while, y'all, I have to like bring you out and like show you the sunlight. That's my job though, right? That's my job, is to have, and that's my blessing of being that Libra rising with Pluto on the ascendant. Like, that's my blessing, is that I have this ability to be able to see, well, this is what you need to get back into balance. Because that's really where you find health and where you find strength, is balance. Right? So that's my blessing. So anyway, single parents are one of the strongest people I've ever met. It's hard, right? It's hard. And I'm not like, looking for pats on the back. I'm just saying, I'm sharing with you like an example of when I really had to face my shadow. And if I denied her, if I didn't look it in the eye and I didn't let it have words and admit to myself, I'm feeling this right now. I am really this scared. I am really this desperate. I am really this hurt. I am really suffering this much. If I didn't look at her, and listen, we all have the ability to be, oh, are you hurt? Are you suffering? Well, what if I'm angry? What if I'm rageful? Oh, well, then you're a problem. You're a problem. You're poison. No, sorry to break it to you folks, but that's part of the human experience too. That's part of the human experience too. I know it's a hard part. I know. Yeah, but anyway, I believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you, Shaw. I appreciate it, girl. I appreciate it. Now you can see the chats. Cool, man. Hey, what's up, Shayna? You gotta balance out everybody. You really do. You gotta like really help. And those Scorpio readings have been like sometimes it's like those Scorpio readings that are like too cheerleader, like too much sunshine is like, they don't relate. I'm like, balance, man, balance, balance. And especially with cancers, I have to like light into them every once in a while. I have to like remind them that part of the mother is the dark mother. Part of the mother is the mother that consumes her children. Part of the mother is the mother that, hands her kids over to the fire. There's so many, and not to say that that's the kind of mother you have to be, but to understand that those are all dynamics of the same truth. And the whole thing is truth, right? A piece of it that's comfortable for you is not the truth. The whole thing is the truth. And when you accept the whole truth, you get to be able to say, well, this is the one that I'm going to feed. This is the one, right? But you got to accept that, they're both there. They're both there. And I didn't mean to feed into the scary. I meant to acknowledge it. And to say that you have a right to it. Sometimes you have a right to be angry, and you're still loving, and you're still wonderful, and you're still capable of doing exceptional things that move the world into health and balance. Yeah, that's what I kind of meant to say. So transformation is such an important part of Scorpios. Yeah, it is who you are. It is who you are. It is that transformation. But ironically, it is really supposed to be who Cancerians are too, because Cancerians are tidal creatures. Crabs don't live in the deep ocean. I guess technically some of them do, but most of the time they hang out in the tides. They scuttle between the land and the water. So they are supposed to bridge the gap between the dream world and reality. And yeah, jumping at shadows is not the way to do it. So I don't really know. What are my big three, Angel? I'm a Libra rising, I'm a Cancer sun, and I'm a Cancer moon. You know what that means? It means that I was born sometime around a new moon. When your moon and your sun are in the same sign, like, you think about it, every single month it happens. When the moon is new, it is conjunct the sun. When the moon is full, it is in opposition to the sun. So if you have a moon that is in opposition to where your sun sign is, it's in the opposite sign. So if you're an Aries and your moon is Libra, you know that you were born in or around a full moon. And if you are somebody who has a moon in the same sign as your sun, you were born in or around a new moon. Cool, huh? Yeah. That's part of how you can start drawing up somebody's chart and making assumptions when you don't have all their information. If you just know that, if somebody can tell you, well, I know my moon is in this, or yeah, you can start figuring out other things about it. It's easier to give up. Thank you for your message. Oh, you're welcome, honey. Are stelliums a real thing? And oh yeah, absolutely. And how essential are they to how someone exists in the world? I know it's a good question. So stelliums are I think they're very important because I read energies. So and that's a lot of energy. When there's a stellium in a specific zodiac sign, there's a lot of fucking energy in that zodiac sign, because the planets or the planetary bodies, they bring that energy. So when you have a stellium concentrated in one zodiac sign, that's actually what dominates your chart. Like, you can have your sun in Sagittarius, but if you have a stellium in Scorpio, if you have like 3, 4, if you have 5 planets in Scorpio, you're a fucking Scorpio, whether you know it or not. Your broad strokes, what you're interested in life, will probably be Sagittarian still, like philosophy, religion, travel, but you will behave and conduct and attract very much like a Scorpio. So I think stelliums are extremely important. Yeah. Yeah, it's a concentration of energy that can really, really, it's almost like way down your chart in that area. And never doubt that when you share your blessings with us. Oh, I appreciate that, Sheila. But I get it. I get it. I get it. Like I get people who are just not, they don't want to, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. And I actually feel a little bit bad for making people feel uncomfortable. Shit. You ready for the reading? Let's do it. Let's do it. Heartbroken. Heartbroken. That's our central energy, is sorrow. Judgment, judgment, judgment. And then Queen of Cups, which is, she's not with love. She's emotional. She's an outpouring of emotion. She's an outpouring of concern. She's an outpouring. She is very loving. So that is a full moon, but it's like letting out your emotions. And the Judgment card is really a decision that was made sort of above you. You know, it's usually upright. It is something that works out for you. And then we have Prince of Pentacles here, which is slow and steady wins the race. Go slow, move slow, be very conscious of money. Then we have Wheel of Fortune here. There we go. We have, yep, that's it. And then we have Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is there's failure. There's karmic failure here. I guess we're coming on to some sort of real disappointment. Okay. I accept that. So we have Two of Cups here, which means togetherness and being attracted to and being really feeling really connected. This is usually, it could be a love affair, a connection. It's almost like, you know, you felt the heat, right? And then the Emperor is here, which is stamina and energy and things that were moving and they had vitality. So there was life there, right? And then we have Queen of Pentacles, which is the energy or a person. This could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, of figuring things out, working things out, scheduling things, making them real. Three of Wands. This is very much sort of, investing in the future. That's kind of what the Three of Wands is like investing in the future. And then we have Princess of Wands, starting something brand new. And then we have Three of Swords, heartbreak. So why would we be heartbroken with all this wonderful stuff? The Judgment card is here, which is something fate happened and it just was what it was. And there was an outpouring of emotion or a demonstration of emotion that maybe slowed things down. And karmically, we just have to accept karma sometimes. There's failure here. So we have Four of Wands. Don't worry about it. Four of Wands is here with the Seven of Pentacles, saying that there is communion, there is connection. In other words, who can relate? Share your failure. Like if you feel like a failure, you feel disappointed, you're feeling like things aren't working out, that could actually help bond you with other people. I know that sounds kooky, but you never know. Okay. So I love that actually. Four of Wands is you're completed. Like the acceptance of the disappointment is actually a necessary aspect to today. The Three of Swords being at the center of our energy means there is something that's hurting us. There is something that's making us sad. Okay. 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 Even when you're sad, you're more than sad. You're everything that you are all the time. You're everything that you are. Even when you're sad, even when you're angry, even when you're parts of yourself that you aren't that you aren't particularly proud of, you are still all of those parts that you are proud of. It doesn't make the rest of you go away because that part exists. How could I say it? Pop culture reference. Anakin was always alive inside of Darth Vader. Always. Always, always, always. And it just took Luke, who knew that, to know it loud enough and strong enough to make him realize he always had a pathway back. Because that really is a beautiful pop culture metaphor for the shadow overtaking a really good person. But how did it overtake a really good person? Because he was ashamed of his shadow. And when you're ashamed of your shadow uses that to double down and enslave you. But when you're not ashamed of your shadow and you can look at your shadow and say, yep, you're a motherfucking part of me. That's when you realize, well, that I can choose, can I? I'm still here. I am still here. Right? And so that is the union. That is the harmony. That even when we disappoint, or even when we're disappointed, even when we're sad, or even when things don't work out, we can still love. We can still be enthusiastic, and we can still be crazy enough to just still be enjoying ourselves, even when things don't work out. Because I don't think this is a sign that anything bad happened. And I've said this a while. This retrograde season, this energy that's been around is very internal. It's been about really internal discovery and restructuring. It's not so much external as it is internal, doing that clean out, that deep cleaning. It's like, it's not about doing that deep cleaning, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, which I love. I love. And that is self-care. But, this is self-care too, to realize, yeah, even our failures are part of who we are. Even that shit that we didn't get correctly. And when our failures become part of who we are, what do they become? Lessons. Even they become something valuable to what we do and who we are. If we own the fact that I did that. Oh, I did that. I did that. It's like that. I heard it on TikTok. What the fuck was that song on TikTok? It was like, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It was a song like, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it. I can't take it back because I did that shit. I was a hoe. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, y'all can think I'm dirty. Y'all can think I'm nasty. Y'all can think whatever I want. It doesn't really matter what y'all think. It matters what I think. And I'm admitting it. I was a hoe. I don't have to go deep down and, talk about myself like I'm dirty, I'm nasty, I'm gross, I'm disgusting. No, but I was a hoe. I was a hoe. And you know what? I'm not now. Or maybe part of me still is. But there's the rest of me too. There's the rest of me too. And I don't hide from who I am, where I come from, or who I was. Like, why would I be ashamed of you seeing that about me when, unless I'm ashamed of me? Am I ashamed of me? This is a good week. This is a good day to think, what parts of me am I ashamed of? Because that's a real, let's really dig down and talk about that. What parts of you are you ashamed of? What really makes you feel shame? Because the shame game is really what pushes you into major failure. But if we can not be ashamed of being ashamed, and we can get to the bottom of, well, what is our shame trying to tell us about who we are? Oh, okay, well then this is who I am. This is part of me. This is a part of me. This is a part of me. And it's that slow acceptance of all those aspects of who you are that really make you extremely strong. Extremely strong. Powerful. Let's do a moon card. I think it's appropriate. Just you and your dog, Karen. I like Sharon. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, of course, all this shit is here. My best picked me up today. Well needed. We both talked about lessons. I love that. I really do. And I feel like this is almost like that, a sense of somebody on the outside of you that can look at you and say, well, listen, like I knew that was a part of you all along. I've always loved you for this. Like I knew that. You know. This is when you find the people who really love you, you know. It's like those if you ever watch those viral videos of people like coming out of the closet, you know, we all live in different closets, but like usually it's homosexual people who have come out of the closet, and the family members just standing there like, well, we were waiting for you because you know, you know, it's like that's when you really get to love. Oh, didn't that feel good? That's when you really know who loves you. When they saw your shadow before you did, and they love you. Like you thought that we didn't see that? You didn't think that we knew? We knew. Not that homosexuality is a shadow, but I'm saying, well, that's a good example. It's not a shadow at all. It's a beautiful thing, but people can feel shame. You know, you could feel these parts of you are bad and wicked because you're ashamed, when in reality, there's nothing to be ashamed about because they're human. That's the point of doing shadow work. Really, the conclusion that you come to is, oh, you're human. like that's what it is. But the point of doing shadow work is when you're like, when you feel that feeling that I just felt inside, like that love, you get back to such a, when you've done shadow work, when you reach back to love again, you've never felt love that deep in your entire life. You've never ever experienced love so deep than when you are able to love all of you and realize that other people love all of you too, and that you never had to hide those parts of you. You never had to be that person who was perfect and shiny all the time. You are so freed and you are so liberated and you are so loved that you will never ever stop living there. Your bestie and I are going on 20 years, supportive of each other. Amen. Amen. And you can realize it's okay to be you. Exactly. I agree completely. I agree completely. I think we judge ourselves, at least I do, harshly. You admire and inspire you. Wait, I'm sorry. And you are judged and shamed for it. Not everybody is like that. I know. For better or worse, not everybody is able to handle all of you. And you know what? How about this? Love and light. We're not able to handle everybody. I have taken a couple of really beautiful people out of my life that I wish nothing but the best for. And I believe in the best of them. I believe in them. I really do. But I couldn't handle them in my life because it was too much. It was too much. It was too much for me. Their shadow sides, those aspects of themselves that were so challenging and that made me so uncomfortable. And that's okay too. And that's how we really get to forgiving and like releasing resentment of those people who have not been able to accept all of us. Because the truth is, sometimes we can't accept all of other people, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to say goodbye. It's okay to not be able to handle all parts of people. And it is okay for them to not be able to handle all parts of you. It's okay. I understand that. I let you go with love. Cause I know how this bitch is. You know what I'm saying? If you've really looked at your shadow and you've really seen what it is, then you can have this compassion. Okay, not everybody's going to want to look at this. Now, you can't accept or assume that nobody's going to want to look at it. That's your shame. And that's how we start to do. We get so desperate for people to love us. We're like, well, I know you cause problems. So you get locked in that closet. I'm never letting you out. And unfortunately, that is what a lot of Cancerians do. Because they need love so badly. They need to feel like they are this wonderful, beautiful thing all the time, this perfect mother all the time, you know? And, you know, I gotta say, it really starts to degrade everything that they are because they're so powerful. But that's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of what it is we can really be compassionate now. I think find more compassion and love for those people in our lives who have not been able to love us completely, because we realize who we are completely and that it is not for all people, and that also gives us the right to be able to say goodbye to other people. You do not have to let everybody into your life. And I think that that's what I was really trying to empower, especially in the Cancerian video, for them to realize you're not evil. You're still you when you decide that you can't do this anymore. You know? And I think sometimes I talk in metaphor and people don't get me. They're so looking for just that moment by moment literal. And I don't always talk literally. I talk very much metaphorically. So it's like, you know, that sense of just get rid of them. You can just get rid of things. You know, you can just definitely get rid of things. You don't have to let everything be or stay connected to your life. Not your children, not your animals. Somebody wrote that comment to me. I don't think I'm just going to get rid of these kittens that I got because they're frustrating me. It's not what I meant by the reading, but no, you're not. You're not. Absolutely not. But you are going to not be ashamed of those days when you get tempted to. And you are not going to be ashamed of the fact that you get pissed at these little sons of bitches for running around and scratching your head when you're trying to sleep. You know, you're not going to be ashamed of that. You're not going to be ashamed of that, because it's when you're ashamed of that that you actually get out of control of it. That's the point. Anyway, the energy is gaining momentum. Bam! A win-win outcome is forecast. Balance. Balance, baby. Balance. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, this is not going to be show the world the real you. And guess what? They're going to fight you. They're not going to love it. But you got to stand strong and say, okay, but this is me. Conclusions are within reach. Good things, bad things, I don't know. And adjustments are required. Adjustments are required. And this is what I heard. It's not adjustments so much to your behavior. It's adjustments to your expectations. You really can't, when you become truthful and honest about who you are, you can't expect everybody to love you. Most of the time, people are in your life because you make something convenient for them. And God bless. But yeah, this might actually, you might, like, these are the times when you are able to let go and say goodbye to those energies of those people who can't be with you right now. They can't be with you right now for one reason or another. And it will come a time when you will have to take authority over yourself and do that to somebody and say, I can't be with you right now. I can't be with you right now. And I would argue that even as a parent, no, you can't give your kids back and you can't abandon them, and nor would you ever really want to. But you do have a right to empower yourself to say, fuck this shit. I'm leaving you with your father. I'm going to leave your ass with your grandmother. And I have to go out. I have to go. Maybe I have to rent a hotel room by myself tonight. And I just have to like not have noise around me. You know how powerful that is to be able to do that, and how much society and probably yourself would try to shame you for that, for having to do that, for needing that. When in reality, so many, especially parents, mothers, and fathers, really fucking need that. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. You seem to walk into these things because I've had a lot of I'm glad you're with me, Mama. I'm glad you're with me, Mama. And I love the fact that your name is Mama Manifests. I love it. Love it. Control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Okay, I hear you, God, because I know you're talking to me. Amen. You're right. You're right. Deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. Yes, we are. Okay. Absolutely. I have to tell you guys, I'm looking at a vacation for next summer. I'm already thinking about it. But next summer, I want to do the first thing that I've done. It'll be 4 years around summertime that I've been building my channel and working on Born Without Boundaries Tarot and Born Without Boundaries LLC. And so I'm going to celebrate in the way that most people celebrate. I'm going to take a vacation. And it'll be about a 2-week vacation next summer where I will not be even recording videos. I will just have to have faith that my audience will be there for me when I get back. And so I hope you guys, I have over 2,000 messages on my channel. There's going to be something for everybody. Harmony. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. Wisdom. Everything has a place and a purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. I love these. And then we have compassion. When you show greater compassion toward yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. You really do dictate how people treat you and how the universe treats you. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. You decide. Is it love? Is it self-love? What is love? What is love? Thank you so much for this hour. Thank you so much for being on with me. Hey, Laura, you need to clean your aura and energies for me now. This will be my self-care, not my nail. Amen, Laura. That's exactly. Amen. 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 And you know what? You can go clean your nails afterward. You can be everything. You can be everything. Thank you so much, Miranda, for being here with me. I appreciate it. And I want you guys to have a great weekend. A great, great weekend. Whatever that means for you. However that looks for you. If you need to stay inside and or you need to go punch a punching bag, or you shout at somebody and just let it out, you're still you. You're still loved. You're still deserving of love. And you need your love so much more right now. I love you guys. Happy weekend, and I will talk to you next week. See you on Monday.